Welcome to Golden Blue Dude, everybody, home of the college football fan. And don't forget, you can send gear to represent your team for the background of Golden Blue Dude forever. Just send gear to P.O. Box 360, Liberty, South Carolina 29657. Let's get to the next video. Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde. That is the best way that I can explain West Virginia basketball. They have some great wins, and then they look like total crap. Total crap. My last video, I was bragging on West Virginia. They got a couple of great wins, including a home win over number 11 Iowa State. What do? They go on the road, and I was not expecting West Virginia to go on the road and beat number 5 Texas. I was not expecting that. But to get absolutely slaughtered, I wasn't expecting that either. Number 5 Texas obliterates West Virginia 94-60. This was not even competitive. West Virginia drops to 15-10, and Texas jumps to 20-5. Now, we shot the ball okay. I mean, we were 35.2% from the field. 37.5% from 3 points, so not terrible, not great, but not terrible. The problem is we committed 20 turnovers. That was problem number 1. And then Texas just shot the lights out. 46.9% from the field and 58.8% from 3-point. Were we just playing bad defense, or was Texas just on fire? I don't know, but anybody shooting 58.8% from 3-point, they're not going to lose. In fact, they're probably going to blow you out. That's one of the main reasons. 20 turnovers from West Virginia, that doesn't help. That shoots yourself in the foot. West Virginia had no chance of winning this basketball game because of those stats. I will say this, though. West Virginia is still in decent shape for the big dance. Overall, we averaged 76.8 points per game, which is 59th. That sounds bad, but it's actually really, really good. That's out of 363 teams. Almost top 50 in scoring. Not bad at all. But our defense, not great. We allow 70.2 points per game, which is 195th. Complete opposite from the normal Bob Huggins teams. This is one of the best West Virginia shooting teams since, 2010 when we went to the Final Four. But we need defense to back that up, especially on the road. If you want to win on the road in the Big 12, you're going to have to play some defense. Our leading scorer, Emmett Matthews Jr., 13 points. That tells the whole story right there. Our leading scorer had 13 points. That's not good at all. But overall, West Virginia is 15-10. We're still in decent shape for the big dance. We're 4-8 in the Big 12, 11-3 at home, 2-6 on the road. That's the problem right there. We are 3-5 against AP top 25 opponents. That's not a bad record, actually. Now, our wins, good wins. I would say at Pitt, we won 81-56. Pitt is now 18-7. So if that's not a quad 1 win, it's very, very close. I think it is, but if it's not, it's close. And I know this is tough. What I'm about to say is about to blow your minds, West Virginia fans. But if you're a West Virginia fan, you're actually hoping that Pitt keeps winning. You want that win to get stronger and stronger and stronger. So as difficult as it is to pull for Pitt, that's what we're going to have to do right now. We need to pull for Pitt because we have a win over them, and that would be a great win. Pitt is first in the ACC. That's crazy, isn't it? But on top of that, a decent win over UAB, 81-70. UAB's 18-8. That's a decent win. We beat number 14 TCU, who's now number 17, 74-65. They're 17-8. We beat number 15 Auburn, who's now non-ranked. Part of that because we beat them. 80-77. Auburn is now 17-8. They're still a good basketball team. And beating number 11 Iowa State, 76-71, who's 16-8. So we have some good wins in there. We do have some good wins. But take a look at our losses. We lost to number 24 Purdue, who's now number 1. But Purdue just went on the road and lost to Northwestern, which is a bad, bad loss. But we lost 80-68. Purdue is 23-3 now. We lost at Xavier, who's now number 13 in the nation, 84-74. They're 19-6. We lost at Kansas State, who's now number 12, 82-76 in overtime. They're 19-6 right now. We lost at Oklahoma State, 67-70. They're 16-9 right now. Number 3 Kansas, who's now number 9, 76-62. They're 20-5. We lost to Baylor, who's now number 14, 83-78. 19-6 is what Baylor is right now. And then at Oklahoma, 77-76. Oklahoma's 12-13. That's probably our only bad loss, losing at Oklahoma. And that was our 5-game losing streak. At Kansas State, at Oklahoma State, Kansas, Baylor, at Oklahoma. Our last 3 losses, 2 of them were to Texas. The first one, number 7 Texas, who's now number 5, 69-61. Texas is 20-5. Then at number 15, TCU, who's now number 17, 76-72. TCU is now 17-8. And then, of course, at number 5, Texas, 94-60, and Texas is now 20-5. So the worst looking loss is at Texas, but our actual worst loss as far as hurting our resume is at Oklahoma. But really, just one bad loss. The rest of those losses, not bad at all. Remaining schedule, we still have some chances to improve our chances to get in the big. I think what we have to do is win our home games. If we win all of our home games, then we're good. But if we slip up at home, then we need to grab a road win. Next game at number 14, Baylor, who's 19-6. And that game is tomorrow on Monday. After that, Texas Tech at home, who's 13-12. We must win that game. Not only to give us another win, but we don't want a bad loss to Texas Tech, especially at home. Then Oklahoma State at home. They're 16-9. We must win that game. We had a chance to beat them on the road. They're very beatable. This is in Morgantown. Show up, Mountaineers, and give West Virginia a win. After that, 2 back-to-back road trips. At number 9, Kansas, who's 20-5. At number 11, Iowa State, who's 16-8. And then finally, number 12, Kansas State at home, who's 19-6. If we could beat Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, and then end the season with the win over number 12, Kansas State, I think West Virginia's going dancing. But it wouldn't hurt if we won 1 or 2 more games in the Big 12 tournament. This is a tough schedule. How tough is it? Number 5, our strength of schedule is 5th out of 363 schedules. That is a tough schedule. So yes, I do think that 18-13 would be a good enough record, even if we don't win a game in the Big 12 tournament, to get into the big dance and not have to play our way in. We have one of the toughest schedules in the entire nation. We have some pretty good wins. We have a chance to pick up some more good wins. And our toughest loss, or our worst loss, was at Oklahoma by 1 point. And our worst looking loss, as far as how we looked, was our last loss at Texas, 94-60. So yes, there are some things that we need to clean up. If West Virginia would stop turning the ball over so much, we would have more wins. We've had turnover issues this entire season, and usually it's West Virginia that can turn other people over, aka Press Virginia. West Virginia is not Press Virginia this year. In fact, we're turnover West Virginia. So we can clean that up, keep making our free throws, we'll be fine. Defense needs to get better, and that's weird to say with the Bob Huggins team, but it's true. Our defense needs to get better. We have a good enough offense. We just have to back it up with the defense, especially going on the road, especially in these tournaments, because defense is very, very important when you don't have the home court advantage to pump your players up to get on fire when you're shooting. So let's get the defense rolling, Bob Huggins. That's what you're known for. So let's get it done. I know you have the personnel to do it. Even if we're not playing Press Virginia, let's just do a better job on defense, because this is just not cutting the mustard. I'm sick of the roller coaster ride. The 5-game losing streak to start Big 12 play, that sucked. And then here more recently, we won 5 out of the last 7 before we got blown out at Texas. I was feeling really good. Let's not go back into the valley. I just can't handle it. So y'all know in the comment section, number 1, do you agree with me if West Virginia just wins out as far as home court, we're in the big dance, even if we lose all our road games, because that is my opinion. Number 2, do you think West Virginia does win the remaining home games? Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, and number 12, Kansas State. I think we do. Number 3, if that does happen and West Virginia does get into the big dance, what seed do you give West Virginia, and how far do you think they go in the big dance? That's all I got for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next show.